Crunch down, defense. Watch the twist.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1. Yard gain up to the 26.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, Eckler. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6.
They're running it. 58 to mine. 58 to mine.
From the gun, Wiley. And able to find Deshaun Hamilton complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
First down, Houston.
Tighten up. Check
Running on first down, Eckler. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. The tackle made there by Jared Davis.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Wiley. Complete. It's Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Give them a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 17-yard line. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback and his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
58, let's go. 58, come on.
You gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this? You think you gonna get this?
58. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
2nd and 9 now. And this is going to be intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey, because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Look, squeeze.
From the gun, Cartwright. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster, and he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there in a 1st down. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 39-yard line.
Undercrunch.
Shift. Let's go.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 5. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Newman. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Ready. 90 Wolf.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
All day, baby, let's go.
Down. 50. Plant.
Stop your whining.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
Joey Bosa with the tackle for loss. How about that pedigree in his family?
Yeah, some good pedigree. Tell us about it, Mr. Davis.
Dad played in the NFL, 1st-round draft pick. Uncle was a 1st-round draft pick. He's got a brother coming behind him. But Joey Bosa, guy plays really, really hard and plays all aspects on defense.
And he still has yet to get on track in this 1st half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. T.J. Watt. He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
Here we go. 6 yards. So we got man. Shoot.
Kill. Mark 55. Wild Bill. Switch.
Check 52. Check 37. Check
safety.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Wiley. And that is incomplete.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. That's pulled in at the 32. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Toss play, Kamara. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. To throw on 2nd down. Cartwright. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use it because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Pick the edge. Go. Switch.
Now Eckler. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
You ain't doing nothing today.
He's checking. Crash. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Operating from the gun. Wiley. And a throw there going to be incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it.
60 outlaw.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're starting to put some space here. The first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Looking to throw on second down. Cartwright. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a third down.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Newman. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Now throwing on first down and completing it. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 25 yards there on the catch and run. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Cartwright. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. A nice move he had, but can't break away. And he's brought down just inside the 30. 2nd and 3. Over the middle, complete. That's Newman. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Looking to throw. Cartwright. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. Well, that gives him a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Check 3, check 3.
Here is Eckler. It's a first down on a gain of 10. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Ready? 58, the money. I'm scared. SOS. Hey, check it out.
first and 10. Wiley. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Check, 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 check. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip. 15, check 15.
Back to the air on second down. Wiley. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Go! 60 Pittsburgh. Hey, shoot!
Operating from the gun. Cartwright looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete in the end zone. It's 2nd and goal at the 6.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. 2nd and 6. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Seibert's kick is good. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the 3rd quarter. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
80 weapons.
44 to Mike.
Gone, gone.
Check 49, check 49.
And after
Throwing again. Cartwright. He's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Second turn, defense, let's go.
Shane, lock it. Fight.
From the gun, Cartwright. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
This is taken at the 23. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
At their own 40-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1. Got a man. That's complete to Hamilton. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Hamilton, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you'd think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Back to throw. Cartwright. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on 2nd down, and that leads to a tough 3rd down call. Operating from the gun, Cartwright. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They run it again with Kamara. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there, almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Escaping the pressure right. Throwing right, and that's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their route.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
31 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
They started on the ground with Eckler. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Shit. Check 9. Big ass.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Got an open man, it's QT. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
To throw on 3rd down, Wiley. And a big loss here as he's taken down. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. And they'll send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Returnable here from the 38. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over.
70, Indy.
All day, every day.
Recon, 132 fighter. Ready?
Off play action. Cartwright under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Off the play fake. Cartwright. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he's got this down to the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Flush to his right. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10, and he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 12 more yards there and another first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
I got one.
X3, 218, chopper, get it.
2nd and 4. Eluding the pressure. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Joey Bosa racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. A lot of tired bodies on that field. But this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And now nothing but green ahead of him. 30. 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Let's go. Interception, baby.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Fielded just inside the 30. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. They come up here on 1st and 10, going on the ground with Eckler. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Great time there to come up with his longest run of the night. We just saw it.
Leads to a lot of satisfaction because if they're able to hang on and win this game, you know what else will happen in the locker room after this?
What's that?
Head coach will step up and go, great job, guys. Because of that, come in a little bit later tomorrow.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Good gain there on 1st down. That keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front. Good blocking. Nice hold.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Mike Williams with touchdown number 8 on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And with that, the lead is up to 8.
Makes the score Steelers 13.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
He has just not had his focus in this game. It's not 1 drop. It's not 2. That's 3 for this contest.
Yeah, uncharacteristic for any NFL receiver, and he's no exception. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
To throw on second down, Wiley. He'll get this to Eckler. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll lead here to a third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Check three.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. From the gun, Wiley. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at the 47.
Back to throw. Open here is Allison. That's complete. He doesn't find a ton of space following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. He'll look to throw, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Jerry Tillery in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are.
And he loses the football a second time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. That one looks like he'll throw here. He completes it to Henry. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. This quarterback now hitting on 2/3 of his passes. 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Wiley. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, this is Jackson. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. And they take a knee.
The quarterback keeps it.
So first and second down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13.
Watch twist. Watch twist. Same. Check.
On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles. And really the difference, obviously, was that fourth quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback. Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you just look at one team and realize